Hello my friends, welcome back to Clarity in the Chaos, formerly known as Keto in the Chaos. On this channel, I like to share all my ups and downs, both physical and mental, through my lifelong battle of obesity. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe on the way in for more videos like this one to inspire you to get started.
Let's be in the present. I don't wanna sweat it. I just wanna start all over. Just wanna start all over. All over.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another video. Welcome to my update for week 6 on my GLP-1. I am on compounded Terzepatide through Brello Health. For those of you who are wondering what happened to my affiliate link, I have no idea. I was going along swimmingly. I was referring lots of people, and then all of a sudden people kept telling me that my link wasn't working, and I went and double checked and they had paused the program. I'm guessing I was being a little too successful and they decided they needed to reevaluate. They have not answered me. I messaged them a week ago and no one has answered me. I have been looking into other companies to see if there's anybody that's affordable like this that I could be an affiliate for, because I really did enjoy being an affiliate for companies, especially when I'm really proud of the product and I'm excited about it. So I'm not exactly sure why Brello decided to stop their affiliate program, but for the current moment, it is now paused. That does not mean that you can't join Brello Health just because I'm no longer an affiliate. So if you've been thinking about it, you definitely should jump on board. Go check it out, brellohealth.com, and you will be able to get that same deal, because I wasn't really giving a deal. I was just telling people about how great they already are. I think they just don't have the staff to keep up with their orders yet. And I think maybe when they get on top of the ones they're getting just from Facebook marketing and things like that, then they will probably reach out and restart their affiliate program. I have looked into a couple other companies that were similar in pricing, just slightly more. And I'm paying like $33 a month more. And I might switch if I feel like their affiliate program is worth it. But at this point, I am sticking with Brello. I have a couple weeks to decide before my next order goes through. So that'll be something that I have on my mind if I decide to switch. I just hate to switch when, it's working so well. And I really like the company and I really like the people that I've met through Brello. So I'd hate to switch just because of that. But if it goes on too long, I think I might have to, because I need to be able to earn as much money as I can from posting my videos, because otherwise it makes it really, really hard to justify the amount of time that I spend doing this. I mean, it's fun, but like fun is not enough when you have a whole bunch of kids and a husband and you're taking away time from them to do these videos. I mean, it takes me all of Tuesday to do this. All, and I mean all. I literally spend the whole day. And sometimes till midnight. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So this is the first part of my video for week 6. I decided I would split them into 2 videos because otherwise they would be 2 hours long, and that's insane. Nobody's going to watch a 2-hour video, and you guys are missing so much. I know a lot of people missed all of the fun stuff at the end of the vlog last week because not very many people watched it. And it's just really too bad because there was some really fun stuff at the end, and I just feel bad for those of you who missed it. But needless to say, I highly recommend watching the vlog because that's where all the fun stuff happens. This video is kind of boring. It's just talking head and I'm telling you all my data and everything that went on just face to face. But in the vlog, you'll be able to see everything in real time and see how I actually reacted because, like my memory is short and sometimes I don't remember all the things that I experienced or all the side effects or all of the crazy stuff that happened to me until I'm editing the video later. And I'm recording these before I edit those. And so sometimes I forget to mention on this video, like really important things that happened in the vlog. So if you have to choose between this video and the vlog tomorrow, personally, I'd choose the vlog, because also I'll be giving away my secret of what I've been doing in order to walk in the pool when it's 67 degrees in the water. So I love for you guys to come and check out the beginning of the vlog to just see the secret of what I've been up to. I'm excited to share that. Okay, so let's just get right into it because I don't want this video to be infinitesimally long, because the one tomorrow probably will be. And also because my data is kind of empty. Let me show ya. You see all these empty spots? Yeah. So that's because on Friday, I actually got on a plane and flew to Oregon to spend the weekend with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and we took my mother-in-law to see her son, who she hasn't seen in a while. My mother-in-law has mild dementia, and we were worried that, she's getting up there in years, she's 80, and we decided that we would take her to visit her kid, but the dementia got really bad on our trip. It was heartbreaking, actually. She couldn't remember things for more than 5 minutes. She kept thinking she was at home. She kept thinking she had just seen her son, even though she's been spending hours upon hours with him. We took her to the beach and she didn't remember it at all. She just kept trying to answer the door in the middle of the night and go out into the cold, thinking that they were arriving at her house. It was really, really hard. Kind of eye-opening, actually. I think just removing her from her cozy home environment where she knows where everything is and it reminds her all the time, and taking her a completely different place where everything was foreign and she didn't know where anything was just a little bit too much for her, and it was really, really exhausting. Dave and I were literally up all night with her every night, making sure that she didn't get out of the house, and it was intense. So that was stressful, and I didn't track my food or weigh myself the entire time I was gone. And I will admit to being petrified, because I just couldn't even keep track of what I was doing. There was so much going on and so much eating happening. I had a really hard time, even mentally calculating calories. I was eating more than 3 meals a day. We were eating a lot partially because my mother-in-law couldn't remember that we just ate. We would clean up one meal and she's already asking for the next one. She's like, oh, is it lunchtime? And I'm like, oh, we just ate breakfast. And finally we would just make lunch. So we ate more meals because she seemed to just that's what she wanted to do. And I had to eat with her because it would be weird. Anyway, I could go on about that whole situation, but I won't. Suffice it to say, it was slightly traumatic, especially when she got patted down by the TSA on the way out of Portland. That's all I'm going to say about that, but it was bad. I'm really, really, really glad that she can't remember that. She forgot 30 seconds later, but it was traumatizing for me to watch my 80-year-old mother-in-law get patted down for drugs because she was wearing incontinence pads. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. It was a lot. There was a lot going on this weekend, and I was literally petrified. So I guess we'll get into the data. I do have some. Let's just go over my reaction to my 4.4 milligram dosage raise last week. This was shot number 6, and this was the first time that I was on the dose that Borello Health recommends for week 5. So last week I only did half the raise, and then this week I went all the way up to 4.4 milligrams, and I was planning on going up to 5 milligrams so that I could get up to the Eli Lilly dose, but I am not going to do that because it was really hard to judge what of the things I was experiencing had to do with the actual GLP-1 versus what I was actually going through, what I was eating, the experience I was having, the travel, all of that. It was really hard to differentiate. So I've decided I'm just going to stick to 4.4 this week. And then if I feel like I need to, I will move up. So symptoms wise, before I went on my trip, I had a little bit of nausea. Mainly in the evenings, right after I eat my main meal. And I just kind of got an icky stomach a little bit. Nothing too crazy, nothing that I had to take a Zofran for, just that I acknowledged it, that I'm like, oh, okay, I feel a little off. I never really got fatigued. I have been taking that B12 from Triquetra Health. I really ought to get an affiliate for them because that B12 is freaking amazing. I've used B12s other places, and this isn't even an injectable one. This is just a pill swallower one, and it's stunningly good. I literally haven't had hardly any fatigue. I do usually hit some kind of weird lull in the afternoon, but I always have done that. It's not my blood sugar because I've tested it over and over. Pretty sure it's an ADHD thing where my brain just shuts down and then I hit my second wind and we keep on going. It's been like that forever, so that's not abnormal for me. And I did get basically starvingly hungry. Starving on Sunday and Monday. I don't know if that's just because I was eating so much when we were at the Oregon house. And then we moved to traveling back home, and I just felt like I still needed to eat. Or if it was just because the medication just wasn't quite enough to help me with that hunger. I just ate because I wasn't about to deal with that on top of everything else I was dealing with, you know. So I don't really know how many calories I ate on that trip. I was scared, guys. Like, I had to eat out. Not as often as I thought I would. Actually, they ate out a lot, and I actually ate meals that I had bought at the grocery store to try and keep myself in check. I did have Chick-fil-A. I did eat some of the fries on the way home. But then I never even ended up eating a dinner meal. I thought I was going to, and I didn't. So I guess that wasn't so bad. As far as side effects go on the vacation, that was iffy. If you've seen my video on TikTok, you'll see that I got really, really sick. And I'm pretty sure that when we went to our cousin's house on the way out to the coast, so she lives like just in from the coast, so between Portland and where we were going to be staying near Manzanita, Oregon, our cousin had meal for us prepared, and there was this whole rigmarole where we couldn't find our car, and we were walking my poor 80-year-old mother-in-law all over the freaking parking lot at the airport in the heat. It was ridiculous. We finally found the car back at the airport. Oh, the irony. I mean, I could go on and on. It'll be in the vlog tomorrow, so you should check that out because that was fun. Anyway, we were like an hour late for lunch, and we were starving, like starving. And my sister-in-law and brother-in-law are vegetarian. And so my cousin had decided to make a vegetarian meal, and it did not sit well in my stomach, or actually anyone else's. So at first I was thinking it was the GLP-1. I ate a small bowl. It had rice, quinoa, black beans, various vegetable toppings, a kind of dressing that I'd never tried before, and I drank this drink with like grapes and watermelon. I probably shouldn't have drunk that, considering I had had kind of a gassy stomach reaction to grapes from my vine, I think like the day before. So I think maybe I'm sensitive to those Concord grapes, and probably I ought not to eat so many of them, even though they're so tasty. I kind of got sick, I think, from maybe that. I thought it was that, actually. And I thought it was a GLP-1. And so I'm sitting there like trying to have a conversation with them, and my guts are like, on the inside, but so loud that everyone can hear. Fabulous. That was a lot of fun. Not really. And it got worse from there. By the time we got to the grocery store, I was feeling pretty bloaty, pretty nasty, pretty gross. And my daughter started feeling bad. So then I was like, oh wait, because my daughter was feeling bad too, and she's not on a GLP-1. And then I found out later that also my brother-in-law was feeling not so great, and my mother-in-law had a little diarrhea, and we all ended up I ended up with freaking sulfur burps, and I was not happy. That is literally my least favorite stomach issue that you possibly could imagine getting. And I was freaking mad that I had them, and I had them for almost a full 24 hours before then I got diarrhea, and I was so sick, I was shaking. But then once it kind of got through my system, I felt better, and I was okay after that. And because everyone else was also sick, we think that it was either we think that the thing that we all ate that my sister-in-law didn't eat was the black beans. She didn't eat any of those. And my cousin makes them, from scratch, and maybe the starch levels were just too high. Sometimes beans, when you get them from the can, are a little bit more mild on your system than beans that you cook yourself. Maybe she didn't rinse them. I don't know. But suffice it to say, I don't know how much of it was GLP-1 reaction or how much of it was just I ate some and didn't agree with me. I don't know. My poor daughter was like, where's the meat? She was like, if I don't get some meat right now, she was freaking out. And then we were in the grocery store and we forgot to buy meat. And of course, my sister and brother-in-law don't have any, and they don't live anywhere near the grocery. They are in the wilds on the coast with no stores. It was fun. I ate whatever protein I could get my hands on. We did have some lunch meat, so I ate a lot of wraps. You'll see in the vlog tomorrow, I ate a lot of wraps with lunch meat and cheese. I did buy myself a Real Good Foods orange chicken. Not so great, by the way. The Kevin one is so much better. And it's sold out everywhere. I can't find it anywhere, which is super annoying. Super annoying. I hate it so much that I can't find it because I would literally eat that all day, every day, but I cannot find it. That did not work. And then I bought myself another Kevin's meal that I ended up not even getting to eat, and I left it there with them. I think her husband, my brother-in-law will eat meat when she's not around. I think he's vegetarian out of courtesy, and he eats meat at other times. So I think he'll probably eat it, but I couldn't take it home with me, and I really, really wished I had it today because there's nothing in my house to eat. I've lived on Bill bars and shakes all day because I don't have anything in the house. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm going into all that other than to say I got sick. Don't think it was the GLP-1. I got starving. Don't know if it's because I flushed my whole system. So we keep in with 4.4 so that we can give it a better go before we figure out if it's the medicine or not. So we will see how it goes this week. So the calories I kept track of before I went on my trip were 1528, 1543, and 1293. And then the whole rest of the week I didn't track. So I don't even know why I wrote these down because it's basically useless. I didn't do an average for that. I did do an average for my steps. So I was able to keep track of my steps, and we were pretty active. We went to the beach. We went walking around Manzanita, the coast, the little town, got hot dogs. I didn't eat one. I did have chips though. Anyway, and so my steps were 5,900, 5091, 889, 6141, 4541, 1699, 5475 for an average of 4248. So that just leaves the weigh-ins. So last you guys saw, I think my weigh-in last Tuesday was 250.9. And then I started going down to 50 to 48.7, and then it went back up to 250.7, and then I went on my trip. So I didn't weigh on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And then this morning, I was 250.7. So between Friday and Tuesday, I stayed exactly the same. So we're going to assume that my average would have been like same down the row. So my average for the week would have been, I just skipped those 3 days. So basically I added the 4 days up and divided by 4. And my average was 250, which is down 2.9 from my average last week, 2.9 pounds. But if you go week to week, since I dropped right there on that Tuesday last week, it's only down 0.2. But I call that a win. If I went on vacation, I didn't freaking lose anything. I didn't gain anything. I was so relieved. I will talk about a little bit more about that in my video tomorrow because I'm going to talk about how I kept from getting my legs swelling up. Because you guys have seen before, if you've been following me for a while, that when I go out to the coast and I come back, I usually suffer with horrendous swelling in my legs, and I did not this time. So I credit partially the GLP-1. Thank you very much, Terzepatide. But I also have another thing that I did that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So definitely come back and check that out. So I'm sorry it's kind of boring today. That's it. I don't have anything else to add. I have got my injection here ready to go. I'm doing 20 units again. That's 4.4 milligrams on Brello. I've got it sitting out because I am going to take it in about an hour, and I'm going to let it get to room temp. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to share. It'll all be in the vlog. It's not something I can share just face to face. It's something you just gotta see. So please come back tomorrow. And if you can bear to watch the whole thing through, I think you will have a lot of fun. Even though I struggled with my mother-in-law and her dementia, and some of it was a little bit challenging, we had such a glorious time. And it was stunning. You have to see it. So I will see you tomorrow, right? You're going to be back here bright and early, 6 a.m. We will see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you all again soon.
From the past into the future, we don't need any bags or any pasture.